On today's episode of All Work, No Play.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
what? Yes! Oh! Jackpot!
Coming up.
All work, no play.
Back again for another episode of All Work, No Play. That's how we start the episode.
We're doing it in Scottish.
Oh, we're doing our best Matthew Mercer impersonations. This is exactly how he sounds. Let's start this over. Hi, guys. I'm Liam O'Brien.
I'm Sam Riegel. This is All Work, No Play, a show where we get together, hang out, and have fun together, and you get to watch.
I mean, there's virtually no point to this show.
There's no format.
There's no format.
There's
a
no
quick panic attack in the 5 minutes leading up to what we could possibly talk about.
To be fair, there's a 5-minute panic attack that starts right now and goes until we get sufficiently drunk.
Yeah. I feel like for this episode, we need to talk about, at least mention the fun we done right at the beginning.
We're gonna get the people hooked.
Yeah.
Right up top.
I want them to know what we're aiming toward.
So that they don't turn off the television.
That's already happened. But
Okay.
for you and me,
Okay.
let's give ourselves a little structure.
I'll say one word, you say the next.
Or let's do this.
Okay.
Okay.
Goat.
Yoga.
Goat.
Frogurt.
Nope. It's still just goat yoga.
Goat yoga, yeah. We did goat yoga, which was a whole thing. But to get there, I thought, because that is so... Maybe they do goat yoga all over planet Earth. I don't know. But for me, it seems like a very Los Angeles thing to
Quintessential
do. Like
LA.
Strange. With some hippy-dippy health benefits.
Yeah, but also kind of pointless.
Yeah, maybe no health benefits.
Probably not.
Right. Super cute goats.
It's a fad.
Yeah.
But it's
all
also
about fads.
amazing and entertaining, just like LA. It's a fad, but it's entertaining.
It was adorbs. But we're going a little too quickly. Let's not get to the end of the road now.
Let's slow down. Mm-hmm. Let's have a little sipsy.
Oh, no. I just had a sipsy. Wait, I'll do
Los
this.
Angeles is a weird place, Liam. Wow. This is not good. Can you barf on Twitch? Is that a thing?
As long as your nipples aren't showing.
Okay.
Okay.
We are both New Yorkers. And I count New Jersey as New York.
It's a tri-state area.
Sure.
I'm a bridge and tunnel
Sure.
people.
Sure.
Are you impugning my good name?
I
as
am
a New Yorker?
explicitly not impugning.
All
your
right.
name.
Do you know how many years I spent in New York City?
Yeah, you're probably more New York.
Don't
than
come to me, son. You're from Virginia.
We are savvy.
Yeah.
We're street smart.
Oh, yeah.
We know when we're getting bullshitted, right?
Sure.
Then you and me, we move to be in the entertainment industry. We move to Los Angeles, California. Everything changes.
I mean, at least for me, against my better senses to come here.
We come here, the weather's different. The people are flaky and weird.
Yeah, New York, people are to the point. Everybody's moving with purpose, quickly, wearing a lot of black.
Yeah.
It's very serious. Everybody's Bruce Wayne in New York City. That's not true, but it's a good generalization.
Sure. But here,
LA is not like that.
no, everyone's Elastic Man. Mm-hmm. It's just real bright and shiny and seems a little campy.
I mean, you and I have found really sort of like genuine, grounded people. We really had to look.
Sure.
I remember when I first moved out here, the things that stood out to me the most the first week that I was here were the large pictures of a man that I would soon learn was named Tommy Wiseau.
Oh, from The Room.
The Room.
fame.
The Room. It was right at that moment that he was self-promoting The Room. So a strange picture was all over LA, and I was thinking, like, this is how you do it? Is this how you
You
be
gotta
an
buy it.
actor? You
And
spend your own savings on a
Angeline
giant.
billboards.
That's right.
Angeline billboards, which are still I think exist now, but way fewer.
Yeah,
But when
not the
we
same
first moved
frequency.
here, Angeline is she's famous for being famous. She drives a pink Corvette.
She has a couple of Horcruxes around Los Angeles.
Sure. I don't know what that is, but sure. But yeah, that was the thing. Like you just had to self-promote and that you could be anyone. You could reinvent yourself
Yeah,
out
and
here.
I was here by myself without you for a year. I didn't know what to do.
I know you were like single in Los Angeles.
As a friend, single. in
Friend
Los
single.
Angeles, right.
When did you feel like you were an LA guy? Like when did you have an experience or did you do something that was quintessentially LA where you're like, oh, I think I'm belonging now. I think I know what this place is about.
Well, no.
Great.
But I think it took about 6 years for it to feel like home. I don't remember there being a moment. There was just me realizing like, oh yeah, I actually do like California. I'm going to stay here. And now I have Californian children, which is a really weird thought to me. Yeah.
The things that are good about LA,
Yeah.
the weather, the beaches, the hikes,
Yeah.
it's
a mill town. There is a lot of opportunity here.
Yeah, entertainment industry. There's also like these weird experiences that just seem to happen in Los Angeles.
Tell me about one.
Well, besides goat yoga, which we're getting to, guys, I promise. Just things seem to happen. Like, so the day that I knew that I was an LA guy was the day I smoked up with Snoop Dogg, I think.
I mean, who of us cannot tell a story just like that about Snoop Dogg? He's like the goodwill ambassador.
Yeah.
Welcomes everyone to
He stands
to
on
LA.
La Brea.
Yeah.
And he'll just offer to christen you. But no, like I was afforded an opportunity to work with Mr. Dog, and he was very late to our voiceover session.
I find that hard to believe.
Yeah, we were supposed to start at 10 a.m.
You got there at like 10:15.
I got there at 9:30.
Right. He got
to
like
prepare.
10:10. Did he get there?
At 11:30, his manager called and said that he was on his way.
Oh, okay.
From Las Vegas.
What?
From Las Vegas.
What?
But it's a short plane ride. He would land in an hour, just had to make a quick stop at home, and then he would be coming our way.
Okay.
Showed up about 2:30.
Okay.
Which is...
What did you do in all the time?
Oh, nothing.
Okay.
Just sat and thought about what it would be like to meet Snoop.
I would have done nothing but listen to Snoop Dogg the entire time.
I should have. No, I just went over my notes, made sure I was prepared.
Okay. This is going to be good.
Yeah.
He'll be here any minute.
He rolled in. He needed some time to collect himself in the dressing room.
Right.
By the way, whenever you need a dressing room for a voiceover job, you know it's something special.
What do you mean by collect yourself?
I think you know what I mean. And he was fantastic.
Okay.
Amazing actor.
Right.
Great. Wouldn't believe this, Liam. Great rapper. Like he had flow and his rhymes
It's not
were
really
amazing.
what he's known for.
I
though.
know,
Surprising.
but I feel like he can branch out from the acting path. And then the thing with Snoop is
Do tell.
he knows that everyone wants to smoke with him, so he comes prepared.
I think if he thinks he's going to be alone in the desert, he comes prepared.
Yeah, he came prepared.
Yeah.
He provided. Everyone was happy and thrilled and had an experience to talk about.
How many people partook? Was it just the two of you?
Everyone in the
Entire
room.
staff.
Everyone in the room, and he
Okay.
brought enough to provide.
Natch.
And I left there thinking like, wow. I think I'm an Angelino now.
I made it.
I've made it. This is it.
Were you sad the next week when you were not doing that with Snoop Dogg?
I think I've been sad every week since.
Right. Like say, I don't know, Dame Judi Dench came in to work with you, which is not out of, that could happen.
Sure.
For you,
It
the
could.
kind of projects you work on. If you were directing Dame Judi Dench, is your forefront thought going, really wish I was smoking up with her?
Yeah. I'm not gonna suggest that we smoke up, but I might just accidentally leave a bong in the recording
Right.
booth with Dame Judy.
Right. And if she offered,
Yeah.
you couldn't say no to that.
Yeah. If she's holding.
Right.
Sure.
She's practically
I'm not
Queen
gonna
Elizabeth.
say no to a
Dame Judi
No.
Dench? No. If a dame
No.
wants to smoke up,
Anyone who's been knighted
One of the greats
or
of the
damed-
theater.
Do you get damed? Do you get knighted? Is that what a dame is? Is a dame the equivalent of a knight? I feel like we should, Natasha, look that up.
we'll come back to that.
We'll come back to that.
I have a quintessential LA story.
Okay.
It does involve the entertainment industry, but there's no celebrities. It just involves me and the police.
What?
There was a
You've
moment-
had a run-in with the popo?
Oh, so many. But this one stands out. So you and I have done work on performance capture projects.
Yes, that's for the uninitiated.
Yeah.
Video games
Right.
involve sometimes motion capture where you put little balls on you and
put on
move
like
around.
a spandex suit. It's covered in reflective little balls that are picked up by computer cameras all around.
Computer cameras,
That
yes.
motion. That is the technical
Yeah,
word.
sure.
That motion that you make with your body is picked up by the computers, and they translate that into a skeleton doing stuff, and then they paint a monster or a soldier or
and
a
it can
handsome
be
guy.
as rudimentary as just capturing your body movement,
Mm-hmm.
or as advanced as capturing simultaneously your body, your face
Yeah, the-
movement, and
lots of little reflective
and a little
things.
microphone here for some
Right.
audio.
Feels very natural.
Yes.
Very at ease.
Yes.
So anyway, this was maybe 5 or 6 years after I'd gotten here, and I got an audition to go try out and be a soldier for something.
Sure.
An agent, and the scene was sort of like a standoff, and my character had to have his gun out, and it was like a hostage situation, right? Yeah, don't do it. Do the thing. Don't do the thing.
Don't do it, Alvarez.
I'm super intense, Alvarez. Right. It was that kind of scene.
Okay.
And this was before smartphones. So now if I ever need to memorize something, which is not that frequent because I'm so deeply into VO,
Sure.
you don't have to memorize as much, but now I will record something on my iPhone or my computer, and I'll run the lines like that. And you run something over and over and over again until it's effortless and you have it. But at that time, I was still using a little black box tape recorder. I would record
Actual tape.
a little cassette tape, and I would
By the way,
record it.
we're both about 27 years old currently. So this was, you were 15, 16 years
Yeah, I was a child actor.
Great.
And so I both used the tape recorder to run the lines. I'd hit play, and I'd talk along with. I would have a friend record a scene with me, and I would act along with a person just to get the lines out. And then I also used that tape box. That's the technical word
Sure.
for it, tape box. I
Computer
would use
camera.
the tape box as a prop, and I'd be like, okay, I'm going to do this. So when I go in there, I'm going to do this, and then I'm going to hold it. I'm going to put it down.
You were
put it into the
rehearsing
holster.
your gun
I was
work.
rehearsing, and I was in Burbank, and I was on this side street, which was just like warehousey looking, no homes or anything, no
no.
businesses. Yeah.
Oh, no.
Yeah, you see where this is going. So I'm on this street by myself, and many auditions, I literally just pace up and down a block, just running lines, just to not even get in my own head, but just to do something to keep busy and then go in and do it.
Oh, no.
So I'm on this side street with nothing, no homes, no businesses, and I'm Alvarez, and I got the tape box. And I'm gonna like that tape box. Alvarez, stand down, Alvarez. A police car rolls up the block.
Sure.
Stops. I'm like, oh, look, a police car. Alvarez.
You're just holding a tape recorder.
A tape
box.
and like 3 sheets of paper with my lines on
What
them.
could be threatening about that?
I'm just like a dopey, dorky
Sure.
actor. I
Sure.
like playing in video games. Anyway, policeman gets out, starts walking at me, and at that moment, just an inkling creeps into the back of my brain.
Oh, no.
Oh no.
Yeah.
And he says, Sir, could you put down the tape recorder?
Oh, he knew what it was,
It was obviously a tape box.
but he was still threatened by you.
No, well, he said, put down the tape box. Okay, could you put those papers down? Turn around, sir. The building that I'm going in to do this audition in is right in front of me.
Uh-huh.
And he's like, turn around, put your hands in the air, walk back towards me, walk back, okay? I feel his hands on my hands, and he takes me and
God.
just pushes me down right on the hood of the police car.
Did it hurt? Did
No,
your
he
face
didn't.
slam?
He didn't lethal weapon me.
Okay.
He pressed me down. He's like, okay, we got a call that someone was out here on the street with a gun. Somebody in some building from a block away just saw some lunatic fringe.
But you know what that is? That's fucking great acting. You were so committed that you were holding a goddamn tape box, and you could convince your audience, the people who were at work that day, that you were confronting Alvarez and that you were going to bring him down.
Let her go, Alvarez.
Yes, that is acting.
Somebody saw a fucking lunatic with a gat on the streets of Burbank. And I started saying, I think I know what's going on here. I have an audition in that building, I'm like gesticulating with my head, and I'm moving so slow. I'm like, do not get shot in the back of the head for a job in Japan. It is not worth it. And I started to explain it. I was like, yeah, I have I was using the tape box as a prop, and I was just rehearsing what I was going to do in there. And he's like, you're an actor? Yeah. This is an audition. He just starts chuckling and laughing.
He knows.
He gets
Cops
on the radio.
have to know.
He got on his
They must have a code for it.
And he's like, no, he said something along the lines of like, hey, Louie, you're not going to believe this. And then he walked towards his car. Well, I'm still on the hood of the car.
It's a 10-7. It's another actor again. Wow.
Then I went in that building and they welcomed me
Booked
in.
it?
I told the story. They all laughed and I did not book it.
Would have been such a better story if you booked it.
I think it's pretty good.
It's a great story.
Not getting the job.
Oh, man. When I first moved here, I had a real ratty old car. I had a 1981 Chevy Citation.
I don't know what that is.
It's a really old, really ratty car, front wheel drive only.
I don't know what that is.
It's a bad car. Bad car. And I bought it for a few $100s on the side of the road.
That's a bad car.
Yeah.
I know that much.
It was $900 on the corner of, I think, Fairfax and...
But you bought it here in LA?
Yeah, I needed a car. So
How long
I bought
did that car work for you?
About 3 months before it started
Nice.
pissing transmission fluid.
Okay.
And I sold it for $750. So it was like a 3 month rental for $150.
Nice.
But I took it to a mechanic, and the guy was this gruff old guy. I think he was Australian, New Zealand, but he was real gruff, 70s.
Yes.
No filter. He cursed a lot and stuff. And he was like, "What do you do for a living?" And I was like, "Well, I'm trying to be a writer or a performer or something." And he was like, "Writer." And he was like, "I got 3 screenplays." And he whipped out these old typewritten screenplays. And my mechanic had screenplays. It was a stereotypical LA thing.
That is par for the course.
Yeah. And you know what? One of them was pretty good.
You did not read it.
No, of course I didn't read them. They had like car grease all over them and radiator oil.
The other thing that will, I think, lead us into talking about goats and yoga combined.
Goats and yoga, man.
The other thing, well, hold on. The other thing about Los Angeles is how fitness oriented it is. That you're just proving my point. You're just proving my point. Get those
We care
curls
about
in.
our bodies.
Get those curls in.
Yep. Yep, that's a curl. It is very fitness oriented. You are in shape. You run 8 miles a day. I am in shape, less so.
We kind of, I feel like over the years have gone a little, one goes ahead, one falls back. Especially with kids, you get busy.
For this episode, you will get to see us doing some athletics. I have a gym in my garage. It's not a huge gym or anything.
Are you working out lately?
No, because we're doing some construction at the home, and I've moved all of my belongings into the garage.
Okay.
But when it is open, my gym in the garage is called the Pump and Thrust Boutique. It has a name.
Do you have a shingle, a sign for it?
No, but we do have. It's only got one form of decoration, and that is Prince posters of Prince. The artist.
Not Prince.
No.
The artist formerly known as Prince.
The artist known as Prince.
Okay.
We have posters of him on the wall.
Okay.
I found as sexually revealing posters as possible and put them on my wall in my garage.
Is this a real thing?
This is a real thing.
This is a real thing?
I can post a Twitter
This
picture
is not a
later.
bit.
No. We have several pictures of Prince.
And you and your wife came to this agreement that you needed Prince on the wall.
It's an inspiring figure because
of how jacked he is.
No, he's not jacked. He's lithe.
It's true.
He's very sexy.
Right. He's kind of like Tyler Durden in Fight Club.
Yeah.
Same guy.
And looking at a picture of a half-naked Prince, for whatever reason, makes you want to be a more physically fit.
A sexual dynamo.
Yes. Yes.
That is your ultimate goal.
My son, when he
wrong?
saw the first poster that we have of Prince is him in like a G-string.
Yeah.
Posing in like a shower. I
Sure.
can post a picture of this online.
Sure.
My son, who was 3 at the time when he saw this poster, said, Papa, why does that man have a vagina? And
What was your answer?
because we're in LA, baby. I just said
Wow.
because he's living his best life.
Oh man. Well, I'm so glad we're talking about exercise right now. You and I have spaced a couple of years apart. We have something very much in common. We've both tried the fad of CrossFit.
We have.
Yeah, it's a great workout, right? Like it really
is.
works you out like crazy.
Travis, our friend, name drop.
Yep.
Travis, married to Laura Bailey. Thank you. Still does the CrossFit.
Right.
And has had such success with it.
Yeah.
For when I was doing CrossFit, I was in the best shape of my life. Mm-hmm. And you?
Yeah, I did it for a while, and it's like extreme, and it's a short amount of time, which is so important in a busy professional's life. You get in, it's a maximum workout, and then you get out. What more could be better?
Yes.
But I kind of fucked myself up.
How so?
I don't know. I mean, like repetition. I got like a.
What did you hurt? What did you hurt?
This and this.
Your heart?
Yeah. Oh. I want to be back doing it right now because it was so good.
You missed the dudes at the box?
Miss my wad,
You miss your wad?
Yeah.
Oh man.
Workout of the day. I remember you years ago going like, okay, so you go to a box and you learn your WOD. Your WOD is the workout of the day. Nobody talked like that at the CrossFit gym. Anyway, I guess I'm not doing CrossFit anymore because I yoinked something in my shoulder. So
well, when you turn 28 like we are,
yeah, it's getting up there.
It starts to be taxing on the body.
Mm-hmm. Well, how did you did it for a while?
I did it for a while. I wrecked my back so many times that my wife forbade me from going back because I couldn't hold my children anymore.
Right. It's a great workout.
It's a great workout,
and
but it will definitely ruin your body.
But it will wreck you.
Yeah, but
it's great.
But it is a trademarked thing that I'm sure we can't talk about. CrossFit, everyone.
Cheers, CrossFit.
Please don't do it. Okay, let's get into the thing that we did do, which was a workout. It was a strenuous, taxing physical activity.
So far, none of that is true for me.
Really?
Yeah, I was surprised.
Have you done yoga before?
I've done a lot of yoga.
I haven't done any yoga.
Zero yoga?
I took a spin class once.
Okay.
Where it was half spin, half yoga.
So yoga elements.
But I didn't know that going in. So when we shifted to yoga, I just thought that the guy was a really bad spin instructor.
Got it.
This is a special episode of All Work, No Play because we were joined by two friends.
Doubled up.
TJ Storm.
Storm, right?
And?
I think his name is Travis Willingham.
Mm-hmm.
Travis
Willingham.
Yep.
And we basically called the two buffest dudes that we knew.
Yeah, they're huge.
We went to a studio called Soul Pump Fitness.
Soul Pump Fitness.
Wonderful people.
Totally straightforward
We
name.
met a young lady named Andrea, who was our yoga instructor.
Right on.
Hi, welcome to yoga class.
Hi there.
Hi. I'm Andy.
Andy, hi, I'm Liam. I understand you're going to make all our dreams come true.
Yes.
Today.
I'm Sam.
Hey, hi, Sam.
TJ.
TJ, pleasure to meet you.
Travis.
Hi, hello.
She did not own goats. We had someone come in with goats.
Her name was Michelle.
Yeah,
She
and-
brought two goats named
Billy
and
Burlap.
They're very friendly. They're kind of used to all kind of environments.
TJ bent over to do something, and the goats came out and jumped on his back.
It's begun already.
It's happening right now.
It's begun already.
Is this the yoga pose? Because I'm doing it.
But he kept his poise and he kept his back straight, and just the goat just hung out there for
He
a
went
little
with
while.
it. He yes-anded the goat.
Yes.
Oh my gosh. Thank you. This is great. This is awesome.
They set us up sort of like from tallest to shortest. I was on I'm the small one in the group at a diminutive 5'11".
Who has done yoga before?
Lots.
Okay.
I've done it. I did half of a class once.
Is there one person that we have to thank for having the idea to mix yoga with goats?
I believe it was founded in Oregon. Good. Okay, so use your core. Engage your core muscles. Stay calm.
Already the best
And
thing
then
ever.
see if you can bring your hands down to the floor and then slowly your one knee and then the other.
Oh.
Perfect.
You did it wrong. Here you go.
Oh, they both went up.
Round 2. Fight.
Well, this yoga seemed like standard yoga. I don't know what standard yoga is, but we were doing poses that I had heard of before. Child's pose.
Bring your head towards the floor.
Already can't do it. Already can't do it.
Ow.
So look in yoga as a way of these. Oh, mama.
Very, very standard things. Downward dog, very standard. Cat cow, which is arching your back
don't
and
know
then
that one.
bowing your back. Whereas we were on all fours and just sort of like going into a haunted black cat pose.
Concave.
And then letting
Convex.
it sink down, right?
Sure.
Am I supposed to be sweating already?
Sweating is a sign of health.
Good.
I am healthy AF.
They would start a goat off on top of Mount Travis, and then he would skip down onto my back.
They're actually going to place a little bit of weight on top of your body.
Occasionally, yeah, they would leap off your back, and instead of going onto my back, they would dip under me, and they would play London Bridge and go underneath.
Did you get a little chest music as the goat went through?
What does that mean as
Well,
it
you know,
pertains to a goat?
Just like a little tickle as the goat went through. Like if you were on a pose, the goat would just run through under you.
Could
right?
be. All I remember is giggling from the beginning of the session to the end. I found myself initially jealous of you because I came to hang out with some goats, and
Sure.
the goats seemed to favor you. And they talked about how goats are attracted to an energy, and you are such a happy guy. I mean, you have a gigantic smile, so
Sure.
I thought, well, this is
Maybe it's
just
my energy.
This is just confirming what I've always known, which is that I am darkness and you are light, and the goats are in love with you and not me, and that's fine.
Yeah.
That's fine.
Yeah.
But I think with time we realized that actually the goat's owner, she was placing bits of goat kibble on the smalls
I
of our
didn't
back.
feel the goat kibble,
Yeah.
but looking at the footage, you can clearly see there is there's food.
It's like dolphin tricks where the trainer holds a fish out and then the dolphin comes up. She would put
Ooh,
a
that
little
dolphin is so smart.
She put a little bead of food on your butt crack, and
Yes.
up would come Billy or Burlap.
Yes, little did she know there was already food there, but that's a second story. But yeah, it seemed like the goats were attracted to me, but in general, I think I was just placed nicely in the row that the
Yeah.
goats seemed to like the shape and flatness of my back. I will say this, it was difficult to do yoga, A, because I'm not an expert,
Right.
and B, because I was constantly worried that a goat leap was incoming. I had to be on edge, on watch.
Yeah.
My back was tense because I was waiting for a goat's paws.
Yeah,
paws,
it's
hooves.
puzzling because the whole idea for yoga is to like take a pose and hold it and sort of let all the tension in your body
Ease into it, right?
release, right? And you hold a pose for a long time, and you just and your body just relaxes.
She
But
was even saying to us
was
things like
telling us to relax.
long breaths, deep breaths, relax.
So right now we're going from a place of work
God.
into a place of relaxation and restoring our body.
Restore your body, Sam.
Restoring your body, yes.
it's hard to do when you're A, giggling like a little kid,
Mm-hmm.
and B, waiting for an animal, a barnyard animal, to leap onto your back and go "Boo-doo-goo-doo-goo-goo" with hooves. Now,
Yeah.
the hooves were socked, but it was still a shocking moment every time they danced like the devil
Absolutely.
on your spine.
Absolutely. And I don't know if that, I don't know if I was prepared enough to reconcile the two.
Forget the goats. They brought us through some very elaborate yoga poses.
Sure.
I don't know.
Yes.
I don't know the names of, but we pressed our feet together and put them high up in the air.
Now see if you can pair the foot and lift the foot up.
Hey, buddy. That's a foot.
Yes. Yes.
And back
Like you lift up,
Go.
straighten your back.
And that's another foot.
Yes.
don't think I'll do
yes.
outside.
Press your chest
Bridges
through.
falling down, falling down, falling down.
I'm following this.
That one can try to come out and then lift out.
So I did something called acro yoga. with the instructor.
Yes.
And she hoisted my body up.
So you got into a squat position.
I was holding her lower back.
Yeah, your hands went back behind you, and then she had you.
She said, "Trust me," I
Yep.
think, and I did not.
Hand me your right foot.
Oh my gosh.
A little bit more. And now hand me your left foot. What? Yes.
I don't know how to describe this with words.
Yes, you do.
Revealed your grundle. Your
I
grundle
knew you did.
floated in the air.
Front and center.
Your taint was like a will-o'-the-wisp, just hovering in the air 2 feet off the ground.
Yeah. The cameras were picking up 90% taint, 10% goat yoga.
Clothed taint.
And then down together.
I'm a human puppet. Yes. I didn't think that I was trustworthy. I thought that I would spasm and
Probably
fall.
lack of trust was the key to his success.
But she did it. She powered through my insecurities.
Right.
And made me a better person.
Right, and
Somehow?
aimed your ass right at all our faces.
Yeah. She's an anal sniper. She aimed my ass right at the cameras.
Thank God nobody pulled the trigger though.
Yeah.
So you guys
One shot, one kill.
It's a great trick, but I can only do it once.
But then that same pose, which was very awkward, very majestic, was recreated by young Travis Willingham and young TJ Storm.
Yeah, 2 titans.
I don't want to pull on your hair.
Thank you. Oh, let me.
Yeah, get the hair out of the way.
There you go. All right, let's go.
Little TJ picked
Little
up.
6'2" TJ.
Little 6'2" TJ picked up
Little 6'4" Travis.
Travis, right. There was a little bit of wobble. And then Travis was airborne. And Travis's anus was floating in the air.
I don't know if I
Oh, I can see the baby crowning.
Everything was exposed.
We saw it all.
And it was a long anus. I mean, it was like,
More of a slot.
yeah, it was like, the way it was spread out, it was like a square foot of anal area.
I feel like this is hyperbole. I don't think his butt was that big.
We could get a graphic, an infographic on screen, a still frame of that moment.
Or like, when they draw, when someone
A telestrator.
describes to a policeman.
Sure. An
someone who
artist's
attacked them,
rendering?
an artist rendering. Right.
A courtroom artist?
We're gonna die.
Taint drop.
It looked like a Dallas Cowboys star.
But a meat star. It was great. And we, oh boy.
I'm waiting for Travis to like explode through the wall.
Like the Kool-Aid Man?
the Kool-Aid Man.
What did you say about my button balls? Wow. Hey, the other things we should talk about that were interesting that happened on the day.
Yes.
These goats are not just mindless yoga machines. They have physical properties. They have their own urges. And at one point, one of them decided it was his time to relieve himself.
Oh, I did forget. Yeah. One of the goats did shat and whiz on one of the yoga mats.
Yeah, your yoga mat.
Yeah, which I abandoned immediately. They took it away. They spirited it away.
Yes.
That's a good bladder size.
That wasn't the last thing we did. We did bring the goats back in because we inverted our bodies.
Yeah. It was like Top Gun, right?
Yeah.
We went inverted.
Yeah, they had these straps on the wall, and we sort of like did sort of a mountain climbing position to get our feet pressed into the wall.
2.
Bros.
And then we just sort of lowered ourselves, put our legs up, our
Spider-Man
heads down.
style.
Yeah, held a banana chip in our mouth.
Travis loved this moment. He reveled in it. He said he could have stayed there all day.
I lost my eyesight a couple minutes ago.
Yeah, the blood is rushing to your head.
Mine was a little. I had a little trouble getting both into and out of the position.
It felt great.
Yeah.
It felt good. All the blood did rush to my head, to our heads.
And we got a little extra
got a little
bonus.
smackaroo from the goats.
Come and kiss me. Oh, I love you too.
Billy, you gotta get in there.
They didn't love us. They're just hungry. But the simulation was there.
We got a little. We went to second base with the goats. It was nice. They're comforting.
I just want to think about that for a moment.
Was that first base or second base? It's been so long since I've.
I think it's
any
different.
action,
It's
really.
different rules for goats though, like dog years.
Sure.
There's more bases
Sure.
for goats, and I lose track of the The levels.
Goats. It's weird. It's usually the third date for humans. Mm-hmm. For goats, they like to make it last. They'll wait till the 7th date.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. But then they know it's true love.
Yeah.
We didn't follow that rule at all.
Nope.
Right.
First date.
Mm-hmm. And then you pooped and peed on my yoga mat.
Okay.
I took a lot of pleasure in this activity because I've been so bad at so many of them and hanging upside down.
At our episodes?
All our episodes, just life in general, really. And inverting myself, I didn't get to do the Grundle float. So I'm a little jealous there. But all the other poses, they came kind of easy to me.
When we cut, we can try it again here on set.
The magic, that sounds like a real bad idea. It sounds like one of us is going to break our back.
Mm-hmm. Namaste.
I think the benefit that comes from goat yoga, because I've thought about this now,
Sure.
is animals.
You were forced to.
Animals, right. I had a lot of time while goats danced on our backs. Just like people get sort of helper animals or for comfort, they make there's studies that say that animals make the elderly more at ease and happier, and like hugging a puppy. Don't you feel happier if you're hugging a puppy?
Who doesn't feel happier hugging a puppy?
So I think the wellness and the goodness comes from being with an adorable animal.
I see.
With alien eyes, because their eyes are fucking freaky.
So what you're saying is, for an elderly person who can get great comfort and possibly live longer because they own a cat or they care for a dog,
right?
You're saying they could live even longer if a goat was walking over them.
Right,
constantly.
the goat walking on you brings good cheer.
Yeah. So any elderly people watching, please hire a goat
for deep tissue massage
to walk on your back.
So that's one chapter of this, but I feel like just doing yoga with the three of you, I've done a lot, and I can be flexible. I have been flexible. I like yoga a lot.
Sure, I've seen you flexible in many circumstances,
but only you.
Yes.
But the rest of you, not so much. And I was shocked because I would think, I mean, Travis, maybe I'm not so surprised because he's all about like brawn. He does a lot of squats and lifting.
But that doesn't lend itself to being flexible per se.
That's what I'm saying.
Oh, yeah.
He's like built like, like a He-Man figure that just the only flexibility is you like pull him to the side and then they go, fuff.
Yeah, he doesn't even have the action battle.
Right.
grip.
He can't move his wrists at all.
No.
In fact, he can like, he's got this, his hands don't. That's
It's
it.
true.
2 hands like that.
You watch Travis sometime.
His hands never leave that form.
That's all he can do.
Yeah, I mean, there's a little bit of in and out. That's it. But TJ knows martial arts. He looks like graceful. He looks like he's taken ballet classes.
Tai Chi and all kinds of stuff.
Nope, never done yoga. Never.
And yet he took to it like a goat to Sam's back. He just took to it instantly.
Just tap dancing.
He was
through
just
life.
on it.
Rat-a-tat-tat.
Yeah.
Like Knecht, Ruprecht, dancing on the roof. Only the 2 people in Germany watching this know what that means.
I don't know what that is.
I know. I'll explain it to you later.
Okay. Well, we've had a great show.
We've learned a lot. We've learned about the grundles of Titans. We've learned about the hooves of Satan's helpers, also known as goats. They were really cute. It was a little pokey in the back, a little startling.
My back got a little
dinged up.
Little dinged.
That's just because you're soft.
Yeah, but nothing. A couple of a little lotion and some time can't fix.
How you doing now?
My back is 98%.
My body is a roadmap of pain.
It's doing better.
Well, cheers to your back. Cheers to
L'chaim.
goats.
To
L'chaim.
goats.
To gooches.
To Travis's, to the Big Bang. Good night, everyone, and have a pleasant tomorrow.
It was good while it lasted. Gooch.